One of the biggest surprises of the 2022 season has been the Mercedes team's performance slump, which has left both Silver Arrows unable to compete for wins, let alone the championship. However, the team has been able to make progress and identify the key error they made during the development of the W13. Furthermore, the team now has a newfound understanding after collecting a large amount of data throughout the year, and they are growing increasingly confident in their chances in 2023. So let's get right into it and talk about Mercedes' latest discoveries and how they all stack up for the upcoming season. New technical regulations for 2022 restored ground effect to F1, with cars vastly different from those of a previous era, when Mercedes maintained their dominance from the early days of the turbo hybrid engine formula. However, the team's W13 design has fallen behind Red Bull's RB18 and the Ferrari's F1 75 in 2022, putting the Silver Arrows in danger of their first winless season since 2011. The aerodynamic phenomenon known as porpoising in the early stages affected the car. New technical director Mike Elliott and his team took multiple races to understand and correct the problem. Despite this, the W13 is still prone to performance fluctuations, struggling to get heat into its tyres for qualifying and not always being competitive on low downforce tracks. Elliott believes the root cause is due to a single decision made by the team during the initial design phase. You look at how we developed the car, and I can point to one moment last year where we did something where I think we made a mistake, Elliott explained on F1's Beyond the Grid podcast. What you're seeing in terms of performance and the way it swings from race to race is a consequence of that, and that's a mistake we've known about for a while. It's something we've been correcting, and that's why our performance has gradually gotten better. But it's not something we can fully correct for a little while yet, and we will do over the winter. While Elliott would not elaborate on the specifics of the error, the design of the Mercedes floor has been suspected to be the root cause of its performance drop. But with the budgets reset for next year, and the team has a much better understanding of where the W13 falls short, Mercedes is optimistic about its progress with its W14. Asked by motorsport.com where Mercedes is with its understanding of the 2023 car, team boss Toto Wolff said, "To turn the ship in this industry is a little like an oil tanker. First, you have to understand what the root cause is for your non-performance, and then you have to peel off the various skins. What's the first layer? What's the second layer? Are we really on top of all the questions?" And the answer's no, we are not. But I think a big chunk of the performance that we are missing, we have discovered. It's not something we can change this year, it's decisions that we've made for next year. But I'm not 100% confident to say here that next year we'll be fighting for the championship. The aim is, and the expectation is, but there's still work to do. Mercedes appeared in the first pre-season test with a regular car and regular sidepods, but this had changed dramatically by the second test in Bahrain. Its unique zero sidepod approach drew interest from all the teams in the pit lane, who wanted to see if it was legal and quick. Since then, the debate has raged over whether the zero sidepod approach was to blame for their demise and whether a complete overhaul of the design philosophy was required. A radical shift in design philosophy could undoubtedly give Mercedes the impetus it requires to turn its fortunes around. Still, it would also potentially waste any money they already invested in the current design. And given how restrictive the budget caps have proven to be, this is a heavy burden. The overhaul is still on the table though, as Mercedes driver George Russell explained in Monza when asked if Mercedes will change their radical design for 2023. "I think nothing's off the table. For sure, we've got a pretty unique design with the sidepods. It's not off the cards that we will continue with that design, but it is equally not off the cards that we will completely change philosophy. But ultimately, whether we have wide sidepods or the narrow sidepods, that isn't the performance differentiator. There is more to it." Interestingly enough, Russell would later state that the team has already chosen a specific philosophy for the W14 and clear targets that it will strive to meet. "I'm confident that the direction we need to take is the correct one," he said. "We have a philosophy that we're going to be trying to adopt in our development, and I'm very confident that it is the correct one. But equally, it doesn't mean that we can necessarily achieve it. We have a target, and that is a massive positive in itself. As I said, we have a clear target we're trying to chase. Now, can we achieve that? I have every confidence that we can. We don't know how much the other rivals are going to improve over this winter, but I definitely have confidence that we will have a complete car across the circuit ranges into 2023. Russell concluded that his confidence is inspired by the numbers Mercedes is working with and that the team got a handle on the W13's issues over the races from Spa to Zandvoort to Monza. What are your thoughts? Is Mercedes poised for a comeback in the 2023 season, or will it suffer another defeat? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to receive notifications of future uploads.